Hi guys, my name is Andrew.
And I'm Justin.
And today we are back with the Opel GT. This Opel, we got some issues with it. Justin, what's wrong?
Motor's toast.
So let's jump into it.
Alright guys, so like I said in the intro, motor's toast. Last night we were in the shop, Andrew didn't feel like filming. Don't blame him, we were a little tired last night. I worked all week and he worked all week. So we got in the shop last night, we were just planning on doing a couple little things. We started unbolting the head, we got the front case off, and then we got carried away of course. We found out that pretty much the motor is kind of shot. More of the head is shot than the actual motor. The motor has a lot of wear because it is over 50 years old. We have a lot of carbon buildup on the cylinder heads. A lot of things are worn underneath. Looks like it pretty much needs a full rebuild. While we were taking the head off last night, we had this fancy ball bearing fall out of that, and we don't know where that came from. We just saw it hit the ground and roll away. All right, guys, so as you can see here, this is the head to our motor. It took us a while to get off last night and a lot of persuading, but we did get it off eventually. And as you can see, my valves here are all shot. They look like limestone, they're rough, they're corroded and garbage. So to get this thing rebuilt and source all the parts for it, it's gonna be very expensive and very timely. And I don't think I wanna put all that money into putting a motor that only makes 80 horsepower. But I think I got something a little bit more fun and more interesting that we're gonna do to the car instead. As you can see here, we have a Mark 6 Jetta. It's actually Chris's family friends. He's actually putting a 5-cylinder in because the guy who was driving this car blew up his 4-cylinder one, which is sitting right here. I was in the shop the other day. Chris was actually pulling the motor to this, and he was gonna throw it out. I said, put it in the back room. We'll hold on to it for a minute. And then I went to the junkyard with him. We pulled this 5-cylinder motor so we could drop it in here. And again, last night when we found out the motor was toast, we slid this out, and this is a little bit smaller than the motor that I want to put in it, which will be a 1.8 turbo that we were talking about last night. We mocked pretty much everything up with a measuring tape, and it looks like it'll fit. This is 2 inches smaller than the 1.8T when it fits in there, so we'll have to do a little bit of modifications just to see if it actually fits, but you guys are gonna come with us and see how this goes.
So the coolest part about this swap, obviously, this car, how much does it weigh, Justin?
This car fully loaded, I think from the factory when it drove off the line, it was probably around like 2,000 to 2,400 pounds.
So pretty light car to begin with. Plus now we've stripped everything out of this car. It basically weighs nothing.
You can literally pick it up.
Yeah, literally. There you go. Pick it up one-handed. So this 1.8T that we're gonna be putting in this car is actually out of a friend's car that sadly just crashed it. So we're gonna basically take this motor and transplant it into an Opel GT. It's going to be a rear wheel drive setup. So we basically have to get an Audi A4 transmission and mock everything up that way. It's definitely gonna be a very interesting build. It'll make 300 about foot-pounds of torque and what, like 200?
Anywhere between 250 plus horsepower.
So for a car that weighs that much, with that much power, this thing should be...
She might be a little rocket ship.
Yeah, this thing should be pretty crazy. So it's gonna be a really fun build. I think everyone is going to enjoy it. We're now kind of gonna mix the Opel part of the channel with the Volkswagen channel. The only person who's not gonna enjoy it is Ethan over there.
No.
Wave, Ethan. No, he's not gonna even wave. Because Ethan is gonna be the one helping to fab everything up for this car. So, it's gonna be cool. Let's go ahead now and we're gonna start taking apart this 2.0 motor to get that block ready and start mocking things up in this car. So, let's go ahead guys and let's see how this goes. Alright guys, so we have finally the motor separated from the trans. The motor is actually right over here. You guys can kind of really see it's out of frame a little bit, But basically what we're gonna be doing is Justin's gonna lift up the front of the car. Car's super, super light. We're gonna wheel the motor in through where the wheel well is. That's the best place to actually get the motor in. And then we're gonna drop it down and just try to mock up this engine within that engine bay. So let's go ahead and just get this figured out. Ready? Yep. Start coming down slowly. Slowly. Keep going. Slowly down.
Wow. Oh man.
All right, let's show you guys how this looks. I'm actually kind of surprised how this motor fits in this engine bay. Like, it's actually pretty good.
Like, it's gonna fit.
Yeah, this is not 100% what the 1.8T is, but just so you guys can see, it does, at least for now, fit within the engine bay. Alternator is super close on that side.
But if we move it over like this, and then we could probably straighten the motor out.
Yeah, we got a little bit of playing around.
But we got room.
Yeah, we have room, which is good. And we think we're gonna get the engine crane out, and we're gonna try to then raise this up a little bit to see exactly how it's gonna look in here. But I think we're gonna make this work. Like, it's not bad. Justin, what do you think?
Might work.
You get a 1.8T turbo in an Opel.
Yeah, it's gonna be cheaper than building the motor.
Exactly.
I did a little bit of the reviews, and a 1.8T plus a transmission and a couple of the components will literally be the same cost of rebuilding that Opel motor that only puts out 80 horsepower.
And this gets 300.
And this will get about 250 to 300.
Yeah. So
we're tripling the horsepower for half the price.
Exactly. So yeah, so let's go ahead. We're gonna get an engine crane hooked up to this, guys, and let's lift the motor up a little bit to see how it will fit better in here. All right, guys, let's start jacking this thing up. Justin,
Let's see.
Here. Hold up. Oh, heat shield. I said we should have taken that thing off.
I don't care about that heat shield.
Well, I know, but we should get it off and it's gonna keep. There we go.
Broken now.
Good. Go ahead.
Well, guys, this is crazy. I can't believe how well this fits. We thought it was gonna be like crazy modifications to try to do this. Yesterday we were discussing for 2 hours about where we're gonna mount this, where we're gonna mount that, and the motor and everything seems to, if we put it, we have room and places to spare. We got room for the alternator, we got room for the oil pan, we got room for the oil filter. It'll be even easier to do the oil change on this thing. If everything goes according to plan. The crossmember, the original crossmember to the Opel, actually almost fits perfectly. So it's crazy. So it's gonna be a heavy modifications, but not as heavy as we thought so far. I have to get a transmission up here and get the 1.8T actually sitting in this spot with the transmission bolted to it, and hopefully fits in this hole here. If it lines up with this hole, we're going places.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Like,
This is literally a pipe dream we had last night, and now it's actually coming to
fruition.
Like
I'll put it like this way: coming from the Volkswagen line and the family lineup, I thought it would be close to fit this type of motor in an Opel, because the Mark IV 1.8Ts are very small motors to begin with, but I didn't think.
But we have room to go up and down.
Yeah, I really didn't think it would fit this good one going up and down and side to side. There's room, we can go side to side, we can go up and down and back and forward still. And if we need to, you can always take out the front cross member and go from there. But I mean, this fits incredibly well inside of this Opel GT.
It's crazy.
So we're gonna put the subframe down below and just kind of show you guys how close it actually mocks up. And let's just show you guys a little bit more around the motor. All right, guys, here's the cross member. Let's just kind of show you how it does kind of fit in here.
So it's got to come back more. I think
it's gonna be somewhere in here.
Oh, it bolts up. So you see this ridge here, Andrew?
Yeah.
And there's a hole right here on the frame rail, maybe about.
Oh, back here it is.
Back. Yeah,
no,
that's where it
it's
goes.
all the way
in.
back here.
So it's close.
It's close.
You'll
I
have to
can't
go
go
around
up.
the
I
oil
can't go
filter.
up because of this. So.
Oh, the heat shield.
I can't go up. There's a heat shield here. But just to even just show, let's just go up where we went up before. Like.
Yeah, we'll go right up in here.
You can see like it.
It'll go around the motor.
It goes
And
around.
These posts will probably get cut out because these are the old engine mounts.
Yeah, so this actually fits pretty well in here. So we may be able to reuse some of this. It's gonna have to go back further, which actually might even be better, to be honest.
Because we might need to line up the transmission better.
Yeah,
But
so it is working.
It's gonna work.
Okay, guys, I cannot believe that this motor actually kind of looks like it's gonna fit. Like,
It's crazy.
Justin, did you think? I know just for now, this is not the correct motor. This is a 2.0.
Not a 118.
Not a 1.8T, but they're very similar, like the block wise. The head's gonna be a little different.
Shorter, and it's 2 inches. Well, it's a half an inch lengthwise. This shorter, half an inch that way, and then this way it's 2 inches this way. But we have plenty of room.
Yeah. So like,
way we put it.
if anyone in the Opel community wants to get some power, like I
This
guess
could be the ticket.
I guess a Volkswagen, the Mark IV motors, 1.8T can actually fit pretty well inside of an Opel. I'm very shocked 'cause I know a very common thing that you guys do in the Opel community. They do the Mazda, what is it? Miatas. They put the Miata motors in here, which would fit pretty well too. But I think maybe having the 1.8T from a GTI, like you're getting some turbo in there, you're gonna get some
be a little rocket ship.
Yeah, some power out of it. So it's kind of cool overall. We wanted to just see how this would work. I'm glad you guys all got to come along and see how this worked today. So Justin, next thing that we're gonna be working on with this Opel, obviously now that we have this kind of mocked up, we know-ish it's gonna work. What's the next plans?
So next plans is that kid who actually is bringing the car here to strip apart the motor. He's gonna leave it here when he takes it out. I'm gonna be working on trying to find a transmission for it. So that way we can get the transmission and that bolted up so we can see what we're doing with on the inside, and then start order intercooler piping, ECUs, figure out where we're gonna run all the wiring, figure out how we're gonna make the brakes work. And then after, and we got interior to do, so now we got a whole other list of things to do, but I think this is gonna work out as we planned. I thought it was gonna be done by show season. It does not look like that unless a miracle happens and money falls from the sky.
Yep.
And can fund this project forever. But I mean, I think it's gonna happen within a year
Let's hope.
or sooner.
So yeah, guys, if you guys have any suggestions to help us further the process and maybe go on quicker, say if you have any thoughts on the transmission, or if you guys have experience, like say in the Volkswagen community, I know there's guys who have swapped 1.8Ts into say like Silvias or other cars that are rear-wheel drive. If you guys have any suggestions on maybe how we can go about it, please throw a comment down below. Hit up me or Justin on our Instagram accounts. We kind of want to get the community involved in helping us figure out how to do this, because an Opel GT, no one's ever put, at least from my experience, a Volkswagen
I haven't
motor.
heard anyone putting a Volkswagen motor in one, and then once it's done, if you find me at a car show, maybe I'll take you for a ride in it.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of mock-up of the Opel. I know this is a big change from what Justin was originally planning on doing with the car.
Big shell shock for me.
Yeah, but I think this will be cool. It's kind of going along with the channel, and I think it will be cool because Justin will finally get some good power out of the car, which
It's not gonna be a slug.
yeah, he was kind of hoping for that. So if you guys enjoyed this video, as always, go down below, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. We would really appreciate it. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm and just helps place the video higher so more people can see this kind of build. This is pretty cool, guys. This is like a...
You try to find another build like this on the internet.
Yeah.
There's no other build like this on the internet.
It's pretty unique. I'll put it like that.
Come on.
Yeah. So until next time, guys, my name is Andrew.
And I'm Justin.
And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.